so this is my newest bikini, and it's called the Lion Red Bikini. And so what I do is I create small clay molds. So this is a clay mold of a lion's head. So very reminiscent of an Italian, fountain head of a lion. And I carve those into the clay, and then I use those. I roll small pieces of clay into those, pop those out, and stick them on to embellish the clay. So the way the bikinis came about was that I was watching my daughter and all the other teenagers coming out of school and noticed that all their underwear is showing. It's something that we were never allowed to have happen, and it just started making me think how differently young people use their underwear to sort of show themselves off, and the sort of freedom that they have that perhaps we didn't have. So I use a sort of dressmaking pattern to create these. I create the mold of the female mold. I then make a plaster mold out of that. I then roll slabs of clay and put a paper pattern on top of them and form fit the plaster mold. Once I've done that, I can then embellish it. So I can either add things, or like on this one here, I'm going to bring you up here. I create the little stamps that I press into the clay, and that gives it a different feel, a different texture. And so each one tells a different story. So some of them are, these ones are very bold, very strong. This one's called the Dubai bikini, with the idea of, most of the time if you're in Dubai, you're covered up, you're wearing a burqa, you're wearing some sort of garb to cover you up. At the same time, you've got the contrast there, where you've got people on the beach wearing a bikini, so I just like the idea of having that contrast with something like this.
Let me tell you about the armadillo bag. This one is called I'm Cautiously Spending Again. When I was a kid, I was fascinated. Somebody had told me about how armadillos were they were prey for automobiles in the South, and how their sport was running them down. I thought, gosh, they're such interesting animals, and when they close up all the way, they're totally closed, so the tail totally closes off the openings. And then I found out that in the 30s, that was a very popular thing to do, was to make bags out of armadillos. So this is my bag. It's a statement on what's happening with the economy now. I'm cautiously spending again. It's starting to open up just a little bit. Well, this is another handbag, and I've been thinking about handbags for a while. There's several in the show here. This one was inspired by the idea of a carpet bag, and how the carpet bags are big enough to hold a lot of things. And I wanted these handbags, the hands, to look like they were, in this case, trying to get out of the bag. They kind of have this spidery shape to them. It's all hand sculpted and hand drawn. And this is a vintage brooch that I had gotten from a friend. As I've been working on these purses, people are giving me little mementos that they have that I can use in them. This is another of the handbag series. This is a clutch. And it opens up. I was fascinated by those terms when I was a kid, handbag. This is called My Unexplained Back Pain, and it came out of from when I was hearing all these comments from women. It seemed like I was hearing so many for a while, where somebody had back pain and they always said, I don't know what it's from. And they'd always be carrying this big bag on one side of their body. So that was the concept behind this purse. I found out how complicated spines were as I was doing research and looking at the parts of the spine.
Well, the reason why I work in that is because it's different. And I was a printmaker before,
I started gut, and I really liked the idea of gut because then I knew you could make art out of it, and it was something different to do. Actually, this was inspired by, well, first off, I make moves once in a while. And so the beading pattern on here was inspired by, in Uzbekistan they call it sasanis, which is a large cloth that is hand embroidered, and with different patterns. And then they're either put on the wall for decorations or they're put on the bed as a cover. And some of them are just absolutely gorgeous. So I had been to Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan, so I decided that I was going to do something. The board, the surfboard is cardboard. And then I covered it with the hog gut. And then the waves that's all hog gut also. Everything's hog gut. Even the shoestrings are hog gut. And this was inspired by, every year they have Maverick down the peninsula. Well, I decided I was going to do a piece on Maverick, and so this is the result of that.